Let's go ahead and get started with John.
Thanks, Marianne. Hey, Casey. Thanks for taking the time to speak to us. I guess maybe you could just start talking about China. From a tactical perspective, what are you expecting from them? What type of opponent do you think, game plan do you expect to see from them tomorrow?
Yeah, obviously we've analysed quite a few of their previous games. We know that they like to be defensively compact, organised, but we know there's spaces we can definitely exploit against them. They will play short and sharp if we allow them to. They'll also play slightly direct if we press them. So they've got goal threats. They'll target us from crosses for sure. So we're going to need to defend the back post really well. But it's a game that if we're, playing well and on our game, we are very capable of winning.
Thank you. Let's go to Neil.
Thank you, Marianne. Hi, Casey. I hope you're well.
Hi.
I realize that your team some of them maybe just got there, but it's your first time being with them. I wonder what it's been like so far, and did you have an opening message for them?
Yeah, it's been a bit different in terms of preparation. It's been a challenge, like you say. We've had some players only arrive this evening. We haven't had the whole squad for one day's training, really. So it's been a challenge in that sense, but we've worked smarter in terms of getting the information into the players. My message is about turning the page, moving forward, being open-minded to the new ideas that we're going to bring to the team, and about focusing from this day onwards on what it takes to, prepare to win a World Cup.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go to Felipe.
Hey, Casey, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. I want to ask, given the challenges that you just mentioned, tactically speaking for the game against China, are you looking to make any major changes to the way that we've been seeing the team play under Andy Spence previously, or are you looking more just to see how things run right now for this upcoming game?
No, we've made a few tweaks. I think it's important there is an element of change. I think the players need to feel change. I want to change certain things. So you will definitely see a slightly different identity tomorrow.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Let's go to James.
Thanks, Marianne. Hello, Casey.
Hi.
I was just wondering, as a coach coming into a program that's got, a relatively established squad, how do you go about putting your ideas into the ether for the team to pick up?
I think you do it gradually. You don't try and change too much too soon. I think it takes a lot of time to embed the information, and we've got the luxury of having a year this year with no competitive games, so we're going to take that year to try and change certain things and tweak certain things. There's some things that are really good within this team that I don't need to change. This week is about assessing everything, changing certain things, and then evaluating off the back account what I need to change moving forward.
Let's go back to John.
Thanks, Marianne. Casey, obviously you worked under Phil with the English national team, but this is really sort of your international debut as a head coach. I wonder if you've sort of taken a moment to sort of reflect on, getting to this point in your career of taking charge of a national team, which is a pretty big step in your career.
Yeah, it's a big step. I feel like it's a step I was ready for. Yes, I coached with Phil in terms of the international scene. I also coached with Mo Marley when she was in, and I coached some of the youth age groups as well as an assistant. So I've done it. I also was a player in the national team for 18 years, so I understand the structure and the setup, the needs, and what the demands are. Obviously, it's a big step. When I was in Canada doing the media, I realised this is a big move in terms of the responsibility and the privilege, really, to be a head coach of a national team and of this national team. It's got so much pride, so much humility, and it's achieved so much. So, I'm here to try and take the team forward. I take the responsibility very seriously. I'm very excited about the journey ahead, and I think we've got a great group of people here able to achieve something special.
Thank you. Let's go to Neil.
Casey, with such a tight schedule, is there any room for team building in this camp?
Not a lot, but we will try and fit it in different ways where we can.
No tarantulas?
Not this week. That just don't tell the players, but that might be to come.
Thank you.
Thank you. James.
Thanks again, Marianne. Casey, I know you will have done a lot of work before getting this group together, but has anything surprised you? Has anything caught your eye?
I don't think anything surprised me. I think I've been really pleased with the character piece in the group and the culture and the way they have. We've got like a new player in the environment and a player that's come back after a little while, and the way they've just welcomed them in and made them part of it and made them feel so welcome has been really pleasing. You know, this team has a really, really strong culture. So that's been a real positive aspect for me so far.
Excellent, thank you.
Thanks.
Neil?
I was just wondering, Casey, how long have you been in Spain now, and what were your thoughts about some of the younger players that you got to see?
I actually arrived here before the under-17s, so I've been here a while. And it was great to spend the entire camp with them, to get to know their staff, see the young players, work with them, be able to coach them, you know, see them up closely, see where we need to develop even further, you know, where we can concentrate our energy. And it was great to spend time with the staff to understand how they run international camps too. So yeah, it was a really, really valuable 10 days.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go to John.
Thanks. Casey, it's 3 games in a relatively short period of time in Spain. Just given the fact that, you know, the NSL and the NWSL are out of season, do you foresee sort of relying more heavily on the European-based players, or will you try to mix in some of the more domestic players in as well?
I think having a squad of 26 allows us a lot of rotation, and we will use that. We will make changes for each game. I think it's really important we don't overload the players that are in pre-season, but equally I don't want to overload the players in Europe either. You know, you've got to go back to club games, so we're going to try and manage that load, supported by the performance staff here the best we can.